Well, I mean, right now, I mean, the Biden White House has to continue on this. If anything, it maybe helps him to get a chance of reelection, but that's the only reason they're funding this. They can't walk it back, and so that's going to continue until the elections next year. You mentioned in a recent interview that you mentioned the fools in London, and you said that island could become a death trap for them. You also talked about how Boris Johnson was sent over, maybe from the Biden White House, to talk to the Zelenskys. Tell me about what we're doing here wrongly or rightly in London.
Well, I don't remember saying death trap, but I may have. I think the British are on a very dangerous path. I mean, if you look at your own armed forces, I mean, it breaks my heart to look at the British Army. It's a shadow of its former self. And the British Army, even though it was always smaller than the US and German armies, for instance, was usually regarded as a very professional and competent organization. I think today it's just a skeletal framework of what's needed. You've got two aircraft carriers that you've invested heavily in, no aircraft to put on them. They're not manned. I don't know what you're going to do with them, but no one bothered to think through carefully, what are we going to do with aircraft carriers? I mean, that's the current white elephant of the new era. It's analogous to the battleships that we once had in great numbers. Those things are easy to pinpoint and easy to sink. And I think the British, for some reason, well, I guess it's quite clear the British people have chosen not to really question very thoroughly what their politicians say and do about Russia, which is astonishing to me. Because Russia is not the Soviet Union. It's not remotely like it. There is no Communist Party running the show. You don't have the NKVD rounding up thousands of people and imprisoning them or executing them every day. Although I'd say the Zelensky regime is probably closer to that in reality than anything happening in Putin's Russia. And so the British have worked themselves into a corner, much like ourselves, and there's no way out. So what could happen? And then the possibility that the SAS, which has always been very, very good, but seems to have been very, very active in Ukraine, could go too far and provoke the Russians in ways that I think could be catastrophic for Great Britain. We forget that there is a Russian submarine fleet, and that fleet is large and capable. Britain could face another potential embargo that could put it through real serious strains internally. I wouldn't exclude anything right now. The Russians are going to end this, and they're going to end it on their terms. They don't want this war to spread to a regional level. But if we insist on it, they're going to fight it and win it. What are we going to send to fight? This is the question all the time. Where's our ammunition? We don't have it anymore. We've given it up. It'll take us years to replenish those stocks. Well, there are no shortages of ammunition of any kind on the Russian side. Remember all those months we heard, oh, the Russians are running out of missiles, running out of this, running out of this. Well, crazy. Their factories are running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And by the way, the Chinese stocks of older ammunition, such as 152 millimeter artillery shells, are almost endless. They're being shipped to Russia, no doubt. Russians aren't going to run out of anything. And this is the other part that's important for not just Britain, but Europe and the United States to understand. China is firmly in the Russian camp. It's going to stand by Russia. Well, why wouldn't it? All we do is talk about our intention to destroy China. We talk about this mythological force that's about to invade Taiwan. It doesn't exist. Chinese aren't interested in a war with Taiwan. Chinese want to do business. They know what would happen if they tried to invade Taiwan. You'd have most of Asia walk away from them. They're not interested in that. We're the ones that keep provoking it. We keep sending our forces through the Taiwan Straits. What would we do if the Russian fleet or the Chinese fleet decided to sail through the Caribbean between Florida and Cuba? We'd go crazy. People in this country would be furious. They'd want the Air Force to sink everything in sight. You know, we have lost touch with reality in our own world. We don't understand that while we may be very powerful, we're not the only game in town. And I think the British have encouraged this, unfortunately. I think Boris Johnson was not just acting as a proxy for Washington with Kiev. I think he was doing more than that. I think he was actively pushing the notion that, first of all, Mr. Zelensky, we will give you everything. You will have all that you will need, all the cash and all the support. You're going to win this war. Russia can't stand up to us. I think he believed it.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. I'm looking for partners, collaborators, colleagues who want to join forces with me around the globe and create real value, generational wealth, and financial freedom for everyone else around the world. Get involved in the cryptocurrency markets, get involved in the NFT markets. This is your moment. Life all comes down to a few moments. Don't let this pass. Now it's not too late. Next year's going to be too late. Ultimately, this is about freedom. That's the way I see it. This is about giving power back to the people and enabling billions of people worldwide to use the financial markets to improve their lives and those of their friends and their families and their communities. Honestly, I think it's a violation of human rights not to allow people basic access to financial services. Because right now people are being kept in the dark, they're being robbed of education, and it's a travesty. And so I'm looking for people that want to join me and be a part of this solution. And that all happens inside the DeFi Academy. The gains my students are making are absolutely amazing. Double, triple digit gains in the first month alone. That's amazing. This will change your life. Now is the time to get involved. I'm going to tell you exactly how my students in my academy made money in the last 30 days. I'm talking about real trading results. And let me just whet your appetite a little bit. Let me hit you with some numbers. I'm talking Brendan from New Zealand is up 68.77% on the month. Steve from Europe up 83%. Albert in Singapore up 169.9% on one single trade. I got Susan up 153% on her call options alone, also rocking 139% returns and 442% returns as well on individual trades. These are people that are changing their financial future in the last 30 days, but it's based on trading discipline. I've graduated over 500 students from inside my academy from over 54 countries around the world. It's amazing. When it comes to crypto, DeFi, and blockchain, we love this space. We truly believe it's the future. This is down to our core. It's authentic to what we're doing, and everybody can tell through the camera because you can't make this stuff up. If you're watching me now, wherever you are, I implore you, take 60 seconds right now and join my academy. Apply today. Now you've got a chance. Life all comes down to a few moments. What are you going to do? What's the choice that you're going to make?